Hello, social studies learners. Today we are going to continue with our question about what were the effects of colonization in America. So, as you probably all remember, we're currently studying the period of European colonization, and the story we're reading actually happens before the first Europeans arrived in California. It happens when the first Europeans started arriving on the East Coast over here. And our story happens right here on the coast of Massachusetts. So let's read the final part of Squanto's journey.
In the moons that followed, there was much work to do. The Poconoan freed me to be a guide and an interpreter to the English. Not only did I act as an envoy between the English and our people, I also did many things to teach the white people about survival. They knew little of hunting and almost nothing of planting. It had always been the job of the Patuxet women to care for the crops while men such as myself hunted. But I had observed much in the years since my captivity. I had seen in Newfoundland how English learned from our people how to grow corn. They had never seen corn before they came, and the Indians grew it. Use the small fish that wash up on our shores in great numbers, I told the English. Bury those fish in the earth, and they will feed the corn. I showed them how to plant the seeds of corn and beans and squash together in a hill. I told them it was the moon of hoeing. They listened well and worked hard. I came to see that the pilgrims could be our friends, and we theirs. Together we might make our home on the land given to us by the Creator of all things. A good harvest was brought in this fall. Some of their English crops had not done well, but the three sisters, the corn and beans and squash, have done well. As I look at the beans grow up about the stalks of corn, I think of how our people have become entwined. I feel hope for our children in the seasons to come. With our help, English have learned enough of hunting and fishing to provide the food for a great feast, such as this one. This feast for all our people. Now, as we eat together, I give thanks. I have seen more in my life than most men. Whether Indian or English, I have seen both death and life come to this land that gives itself to English and Indian alike. I pray that there will be many more such days to give thanks together in the years that follow. I am Squanto. I am known to all those who gather here, English, Poconoan, Namasket, even a few of my own surviving Patuxet. I speak to you as a Peonese, a man of honor. I will never leave this land. I give thanks for all of our people to the Creator of all things. The end. Squanto was a good man. If you would like to read the author's note, you can pause.
So I think probably the video resolution is not high enough to read the author's note. But after reading that story, I would like you to think in your head about how Squanto's story is similar or different to other stories you might have heard about the first Thanksgiving, or how Europeans came to America. A lot of times I think kids' stories like to leave out some of the details that are not as pleasant to think about. So things like sickness, things like how some of the Europeans kidnapped other people and turned them into slaves, and some of the violence. But I think it's really important for us to understand the truth so that we can understand how that shaped the world we lived in today. So again, your question for today is, how is Squanto's story similar or different to other stories you have heard about Thanksgiving, or how Europeans first came to America.